Echo Fan Grey Wolf here. We're going to take you on a little adventure, and it's going to be a touchy subject about this Kyle Rittenhouse fella. So, I did a stitch, and I openly admit that I screwed up. I screwed up big time. Started talking about weapons and all this other shit. And I'm going to show you the video which the stitch is connected to. Then I'm going to show you the video in which I did. Then I'm going to show you these answers that these people came at me with. But maybe I didn't understand the assignment. In one of the videos, I literally say I'm not going to dignify this guy with an answer. So first, you're going to watch this video. Right? This lady here, I follow. She's very informative, and she's awesome. So, here we go.
People that I talked to that lived in Kenosha all their lives, they told me that Judge Schroeder is a very fair judge, and he doesn't allow no nonsense in his courtroom.
Accessory to murder. I want to know why you have the privilege of sitting on Fox News, engaging in an interview, instead of sitting in a courtroom alongside your son for accessory to murder. You drove him across state lines, knowingly, while he illegally carried a weapon with the clear intent to kill. And here you are, doing interviews on a network that, not shockingly enough, loves the poorly educated and knew their audience by booking you on their show. Clearly, I mean, who learned you how to fucking spoke?
That is very fair.
Okay. So you got that part. Now, like I said, I openly admit that I screwed up. Started talking about M4s and all kinds of other shit. We're going there. So let's see. Where do I start talking? Because you don't need to watch that part.
Echo Fan.
Okay.
Echo Fan.
This is me fucking up.
Follow the lady at the bottom of the screen. She's very, very up to date. She's somebody I follow, somebody I respect. Anyway, moving on. There's a lot of pictures of Mr. Rittenhouse's mom with an AR-15 as well circulating on TikTok. And since this is like my fourth and final attempt at making this video, we're going to try to talk slowly so I don't stumble over my words and have to delete the video again. Alright, so point one, AR-15s and AK-47s are classified as hunting rifles. So apparently you can buy them with no consequences or remorse. I talked about the bump stock or the buck stock, I don't know how to say it. They can turn the power of the machine gun from a rifle into a machine gun, because the M4 in basic had that same little button where you can clock that shit up and you go from semi-automatic to automatic and you're gonna thump the shit out of something. But this dude is guilty of sin. I'm sorry. And I think that the judge should have recused himself. I don't know what in the hell is going on in that city, in that state. But this is just BS. This is a farce. And if that kid gets more than a year, it'd be a miracle from Jesus. I mean, you can tell by the way the judge has told the prosecutors that you cannot call the victims of his assault victims. You have to call them rioters or looters, because somehow being in a militia gives you full authority to take someone and unalive them. Now, I'm a little upset about this whole thing, but I mean, you can look, I've only been able to catch bits and pieces here on TikTok, because when it goes live, sometimes I catch it, and then, like yesterday I was watching the fracking internet die when they were pulling all the videos and stuff. Now, when it was on the news, and there was somebody, they came out the warehouse, when they was chasing him out of the parking lot of the warehouse, he had already unalived somebody. And then he fell because somebody knocked off his hat, and the guy had a skateboard. And the guy who had a gun probably should have shot him, but he didn't. And that guy was testifying, and that's when I lost the internet. Plus, the videos were playing, and I lost the internet again. So, I mean, one, malicious. There are laws that prevent militias from doing the shit that they were doing. And militias are supposed to be like the unofficial backup for police officers. Well, in most cities and states, police officers have SWAT and state police for a reason. Alright? Not necessarily needing a freaking militia. Now, this kid, man, he did this when he was 17. So I don't know if they're charging him as an adult. I don't know if they're charging him as a teenager. But I do know he's probably not going to get any time. Get ready.
It's very fair.
Okay, so now I'm going to read the comments that I got. So, alright. I'm going to not reveal names. But I'm going to give certain hints to them. So, B. L. Earl. Hopefully y'all can establish that. It says, tell me you didn't watch the video of the events the night without telling me you didn't watch the video. We're going to address him later. Now, F. Let's just call him Fort Worth. Fort Worth the J. He says, you must have been watching two different trials. Or we must have been watching two different trials. The prosecutor needs to be disbarred for violating the defendant's constitutional protection rights. And then he has Free Kyle. Okay. And then we got R. Hind. Laughing my ass off. You have no clue about weapons. Okay. In my defense, he's about the only one I'm not going to be mad at because he has a Navy picture, so I don't know if he's actually in the Navy, but I'm going to give him a hall pass just in case he is, because vets shouldn't mistreat vets. Clearly, he doesn't give a fuck that I'm a vet. But anyway, I openly admit, when I'm wrong, my experience is different than yours. Thanks for your service, if you are the guy in the pic. Now, my other reply was, the weapons that I mentioned are classified as hunting rifles here in Charlottesville, or in Virginia, the AK-47 as well as the MR, or the AR-15, excuse me. So then he goes, you would have to legally modify a fully automatic, which was what I was trying to say, And like I said, I don't have a weapon. I don't need a weapon, but it can be done. Which he told me don't print false information. Okay, well, first off, it's not false information because people do switch to stocks, And him being in the military, he should know that it wasn't false information. And I did apologize, And then he goes on, the AR-15 is not the same as the AK-47 or the M41 AR in the rifle does not have full auto capacity. Sadly, he could be right, he could be wrong. But the fact that, I had already said, I know how it works in the state of Virginia. And I also said when I'm wrong, my experience is different from yours. That should have dropped it right there because we're both vets. You should just let that shit go. But he kept digging. He kept digging. And I didn't bother with replying because there was no point of trying to convince somebody who's a vet that, dude, you was in the fucking Navy. Y'all don't even fucking have a chance to use your fucking guns. They're basically just fucking, decoration. Yeah, that's pretty much it. They're just decoration. You're on a fucking boat. If you have to shoot anybody, it would be a fucking, a sneak attack for the Navy guys to have to use the ship unless it's wartime. And 9 times out of 10, if you're on the boat, the only way a seaman is going to use his rifle is if you've been boarded. No one's dumb enough to fuck with the United States Navy. Alright? No one. Except for someone else from the Navy, like a Navy SEAL or a Marine. If they board your ship, then you got problems. Now, let's go on back up to Fort Worth here. He's talking about violating the person's civil rights or whatever. But he didn't think into the concept of your civil rights end where my life being taken from me begins. Militia or not, no one knows why the kid shot the first guy. There's video, but I didn't get to see it. So I cannot confirm or deny. I know what I saw the night that the shit actually went down last year because they did show those videos, but I don't know if they showed them on the trial. I also don't give a shit. Alright? Now, I also, where's the damn comment thing? I also put, where the fuck is it? No, I actually made videos about it. I'm sorry. Let's, go back to that. Let's see, where the fuck is the first one? Yeah, the first one I was already there. I'm a dumbass.
Okay, big guy. What the hell does this have to do with the video that I stitched? What does it have to do? You're a gun supporter? Let me get back with you when I get a free moment. Alright? We'll have a look.
Alright,
Okay,
so
big
that's
guy.
the first video. Because let me go back. The comment was, tell me you didn't watch, etc., etc., the video, or the night, or whatever. Alright, so then I went to this one.
Okay.
Same
Let's
video.
chat about your little comment there, fella. So, your comment ain't got nothing to do with my fuck up on the video.
See, I admit that I fucked up on the video.
No problem. I got to talking about guns versus the video that I stitched. Alright? That's on me. But you clearly didn't watch the video either because they were talking about the mother of the boy, Rittenhouse, being possibly an accomplice to murder. So we were both a little off there. So let me ask you this. If you're a gun supporter. And if you're a gun supporter, then you need to take note. Because as a veteran, I'm going to tell you right now, personally, if it's not part of the uniform, if you're not a policeman or a soldier, or if you're not hunting for a living to provide for the United States of America, like you run a business that sells deer meat for people. Because if anything you're going to hunt is going to be deer or wild boar, because those are things that are have to be regulated. You can't hunt bear, you can't hunt wolf, you can't hunt coyote. Those are on the endangered species list. You can't hurt eagles. However, if you are a gun owner, Rittenhouse, the fucker that you're probably trying to protect, is going to ruin your gun ownership for you. Because you want to protect him. He murdered 3 people. Or at least 2 people and injured 1. But that has nothing to do with the video that I stitched. But since you want to go there, we're going to have this little chat. I'm going to make this a 2-parter so that you understand where I'm coming from. I'm a Army National Guard vet. I dealt with the M4, which is the same equivalent of the in-state version, the AR-15. All right.
M4 is a little thicker, so I was fucking up there.
My bump stock, buck stock, whatever the hell you call the damn thing, mixed up. Which again, had nothing to do with the video that
Me admitting that I'm wrong.
I'm wrong there. But you here talking about some. Did I not watch the videos of what went down? That's pretty much what you're saying, right? So yeah, I watched the videos. I also watched him shoot unarmed people with an AR-15. One dude's missing a full whole chunk of his arm. Did you see that? No, you probably didn't. Because you're asking me if I saw the videos. Now, I did see one video from a cell phone or CTV where he was running from an alley. People were chasing him. And correct me if I'm wrong, but he had enough bullets to shoot 2 of the people that was chasing him, which one of them he killed. Prior to that, he killed someone before that, which is why they were chasing him. But I could be wrong. You know, I'm man enough to admit that I'm wrong. But I'm wrong. However, since you want to come at me with this crap right here, I'm going to retaliate in a peaceful manner, just in case the guys at TikTok are watching. You own an instrument of destruction, and if you hunt for a living, I got mad respect for that. But if you hunt just to take away a life of an animal, I have no respect for that. Because if you're not going, okay,
Don't worry,
so
I got another video for that.
as I left off, in all my graciousness, Mr. Rittenhouse, it's why you need stronger gun control laws. Because a 17-year-old kid decided to go across state lines and take some lives, and you are okay with that apparently. And just like everyone else, you're probably okay with it until it affects somebody that you know directly. Let me bring you back to 2017 in my city of Charlottesville, Virginia, where Mr. James Fields decided that he wanted to be a white supremacist martyr. And he decided to plow his car through hundreds of blacks and whites in the middle of the city. Okay? He took his car and used it as a battering ram to injure people, killing 1 out of the hundreds of people that he plowed through at about 40, 50 miles an hour in the city streets, killing 1 woman who sadly happened to be white, defending black people's rights. I don't think that was his plan.
Her name was Heather Heyer.
He probably wanted to kill all the
Remember
black
it.
people that he hit too, but he didn't. He killed 1 white woman who was defending black people's rights. So let me ask you this, Mr. Gun Owner. or instrument of mass destruction. So, if you're supporting Mr. Rittenhouse or Rittenhouse, whatever the heck his name is, what happens when someone just like him hurts someone you know? Are you going to come at me then with this crap about I not watched the video? Because I watched most of the videos that were showed on the news. I watched them all. I watched the one where he ran from the warehouse when they were chasing him before he shot the last two people that he shot. But apparently they were chasing him because he killed somebody, and they decided to give chase. Him being a teenager, he panicked, freaked, and ran. When he fell, he decided to pull the trigger yet again. But we don't know about the first person that he shot, which why they was chasing him. But I'm pretty sure you didn't see that video while you're asking me if I seen the video of what went down. But if that's how you want to roll, maybe you need to find the video on which I speak of. Because all the other videos they actually showed in court the other day, but my internet died. So I didn't get to see everything. And maybe you've seen the one video that I missed. And that's okay. But you're coming at me over the stuff that went down. When the video that I stitched, I was wrong on going into weaponry on that. But I wasn't wrong on the weaponry, just how I diminished it. But I was wrong on the video because it was about the woman and the three women saying that she should be held accountable for accessory to murder. And here you give me this. Good job. But if you are a weapons owner, be forewarned. He just messed it up for you. He just messed it up for you and every other law-abiding citizen that wants your second rights to be protected. But when someone like that gets a hold of a weapon and screws up, guess who they screw?
Okay, so I got more. Which one was that? What's that one?
Tell me a song that
Not
came
that
out.
one? I think it was this one first.
All right, let me finish this off
Yeah.
because I'm pretty sure you're not going to reply to me, and I need to go talk to the Navy guy who said some more BS to me.
I
on
just
the
handled the
same damn
Navy
video.
guy already here.
Now, first and foremost, if you are a proud weapon owner or firearms expert or whatever, and you are supporting Mr. Fields, who's 17 and decided, hey, I'm going to cross county lines and I'm going to cause panic, chaos, and disorder and commit murder, and I know I'm going to get away with it. Well, guess what? He just fucked up your firearms privileges.
And I meant
That's
to say
what's gonna
Mr.
happen.
Rittenhouse,
So go ahead
not
and
Mr.
support that
Fields.
jackass. Knock yourself out. If that's what you want to do, if that's how you feel, you know, and if this got anything to do with his race, you know, you go ahead and you knock yourself out. You support him. And when your state has these gun laws get busted up even more, remember who you supported. You want to come at me. I don't even own a firearm, but you want to come at me, and that's fine. You know, you have that right. You got that choice. And as a veteran, I put on my dog tags every day to support your right to choose to do that. But I also want you to understand, you need to understand where you're going here with this. You need to understand, if you're supporting this kid, you should understand that, you know, your Second Amendment is not so much a right as a privilege. Privileges can be taken from you when one jackass fucks it up for everyone else. Just make sure you understand that. Because if Rittenhouse gets off and there's a riot, my fellow nasty girls are going to be there from Wisconsin to take care of all that crap, which is going to cause more problems. And then firearms in that state are going to go high up on the scale of what people are going to buy. And then your amendment rights and all kinds of court legalities are going to happen. And if you are in that state, guess what, buddy? Supporting that guy who came from another state to kill 3 people or to kill 2 people and wound 1, you just screwed yourself. So congratulations while you're clapping at me about some. Tell me you didn't watch the videos on the event without telling me you didn't watch the videos. Well, bad luck for you is that I watched pretty much most of the videos. Now, what I see and what you see are going to be 2 different things. We ain't never going to agree eye to eye on that. But I will agree that you do have the right to have your Second Amendment rights. However, because you're supporting this bionic jackass, I promise you, I'll be the guy laughing when you have to either pay more money to get your rights to stay and your gun prices to stay versus, well, he might not get any time. And now amendment laws are going to change. And now you're going to have more than the 7-day waiting bill for you to buy a firearm. You may have a 30, 40, 50, a year waiting bill. And God forbid you lose your rights because of something stupid, because of some jackass that you're supporting who decided to go across state lines and commit genocide. Hey, I'm just saying, Support him if you want. Knock yourself out. But, alright, let me finish.
Yeah. So now I got one last video.
While you have the privilege of sitting on Fox News, engaging in...
Okay, so everybody's coming at me for my video answering about stitching to this video. Alright, so let me break it down for you. I'm gonna let y'all have it. I'm not even gonna debate this shit with y'all or any of this other crap. So either you guys are all respected firearms owners, or you're all blind as fuck. So let me put it this way. It's fine. Free Kyle if that's what you want. So what happens when he does it again? What happens is the next person he shoots because he joined the militia and crossed state lines is somebody you're kin to. What happens then? Don't come at me after that. Don't come at me after that because you guys are Free Kyle. You didn't watch the same trial. Blah, 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 blah. I said, let me tell you something. In Charlottesville, we're going through pretty much the same shit because Jason Kessler decided to throw a whole shindig for white supremacists, and Mr. James Fields decided that he wanted to be a martyr. So he drove his car through a crowd of black people, killing one white lady fighting for black people's rights. Yet, I'm sure you guys will probably say, I'm wrong on that too. But go Google it. You know, Charlottesville 2017. The night the lights went out pretty much because everybody finally realized how racist my hometown actually is and decided now we're going to start doing stuff. And all this shit was over some goddamn statues. Statues. People lost their life and got their lives upside down over statues. Now, I understand the riot in Kenosha because in case you can't see, my skin tone is brown. A man was shot by police in that town. This young man, who was 17, decided he wants to come across state lines and be somebody. But y'all want him free, right? No problem. No problem. Let him be free. And God forgive me, but the next time that something like this happens, don't come at me when it's somebody you know that's hurt by some other jackass, whether they be black, white, or Asian, because they decided they wanted to be heroes. They wanted to be martyrs. They joined the militia and shot unarmed people. But that's fine, because this is what you guys want to throw at me, right? It's fine. You win. I'm not going to complain about it, but I can tell you this. If he gets free and he does it again, he's over 18. He will do real time the next time that this happens. Also, he's going to be the reason why your gun rights may be taken from you. But you guys want him free. Remember that when 50 states decide, oh, now we need tougher gun laws because some jackass decided to become a militiaman and kill people in self-defense. You want self-defense? Learn Kung Fu. I'll teach you.
While you have the privilege...
Okay. So now let's pick up. I've given you like 5 videos and we're up to like the 20-minute mark and I'm ready to go to hell to bed. So, here's the thing. I'm not 100% right. I'm not 100% wrong. And they had Free Kyle in my comments, you know. And that's fine and dandy. But I'm going to point something out. Alright, so your First Amendment right is freedom of speech. Your Second Amendment right is the freedom to protect home and castle. It does not say by any means necessary in your amendment right. Go read it. I am in school for police science and criminal justice. So, let me break it down for you real quickly. You have a 7-day waiting purchase on a handgun. Most hunting rifles, you don't have that long. You really don't. You have maybe, I think you could probably get them the same day. But I don't have a rifle and I don't want a gun. Nor do I choose to. Only guns I'm ever going to need are right here. And right here. Alright? Now let's say that Mr. Rittenhouse gets out. Let's say everybody in Kenosha doesn't riot and the nasty girls don't need to be there to clean up this big ass mess. And let's say something else goes wrong. And Mr. Rittenhouse decides he's going somewhere else. Because technically, he committed the crime where Kenosha is, whatever state that is. He didn't commit the crime in his own state. So let's say something goes down in his state. And he has his gun privileges back in his state. He might have lost them in Kenosha, but he's got his gun privileges back in his state. And he never loses his gun. He gets everything back. Something goes down in his state. He joins the militia. And now to those three people who was giving me all kinds of fluck. Um, Fort John, whatever the fuck your name is, Navy fella, and uh, some damn body else. Let's say that y'all all live in the same state, and y'all are all somehow magically kin to this one person he shoots, and we're gonna make it a female. This way you will actually give a damn. Alright? And she's pregnant. Let's up the ante. She's female, she's pregnant, she's kin to all of y'all, and she was beautiful. She had her whole life ahead of you. She was 18 years old. Mr. Rittenhouse decides that since he's in the militia, he thinks she's doing something wrong, so he draws his AR-15, his magical bullet, his Beauty and the Beast, and he shoots your daughter, your niece, your cousin, because that way she's kin to all of y'all. She's one of your cousins, she's one of your daughters, and she's one of your nieces. All right, that way she's kin to all three of the people that came at me. Her and her unborn baby are dead because Rittenhouse made a choice. Are you gonna come at me when this happens? Even better, what if he kills three people and each and every last one of them are kin to you? Because you're coming at me with free Kyle Rittenhouse. And let's up the ante. Now that he's done this, now the gun laws have changed. Alright? Now the gun laws have changed. Now you no longer have 7 days for your handgun. You have 8 months. You no longer have, you can buy your rifle right out of Walmart, right out of Dick's Sporting Goods, right out of wherever the hell else you want to shop. But now you have to wait 8 months to a year to get your rifle. You can buy all the ammo you want for any other rifle that you already have. But your brand new Smith & Wesson double barrel shotgun that you want so bad that you've been saving up for 2 Christmases. Hell, you've already purchased it, but now you can't get it off of layaway because this asshole has boosted up the gun laws. And now you got more evaluations. You got to take a psych test. You got to do all these things. But y'all want to free this motherfucker. Okay? Hey, I'm just pointing out the possibilities of what could go wrong. Not just in my state, but in all the 50 states. Alright? Because if you already have a weapon, they can't take that from you. But now let's say that they decide, okay, if you don't pass the psych test, the only weapons you can have are the ones you already purchased. But this brand new Mach 55 2000 firing machine gun thing came out. But it's actually like a modified Desert Eagle. Or it's a modified AR-15. But it still shoots like the regular AR-15. But it holds more rounds. It has better accuracy. You can shoot a deer at 400 yards. The scope is just that good. It comes with the scope. Hell, it comes with a free magazine that holds 70 rounds. Yeah, dreaming. Bottom line is, now you can't get that. Oh, but you already paid for it. I'm sorry, I forgot to add that in there. Yeah, you already paid for it. You paid for it. It just had to get delivered to the store. Now, it's at the store. But you can't go and get it on hunting season because these laws just got passed. It says, well, if you have purchased a rifle after this law is passed, you can't get the rifle. But see, you purchased the rifle before the law was passed. And you're trying to jump through some loopholes. But here's where shit gets ticked and interesting. Stores can either reimburse you or keep your weapon until a time where you are allowed to actually get it. Which means for you to get the rifle, all stores are required for you to get a A++ on your psychoevaluation. It's not a math test. It's a psychoevaluation test. And here's the other part. You are literally going to be filmed live while you're taking the psychoevaluation test. There's going to be 4 doctors in there. The 5th doctor is going to be behind. He's going to be like the main doctor. He's going to be behind the video screen. And his fate of what these other doctors give you, your evaluation, is going to determine if you can get that brand new weapon that I just mentioned. So let's say 2 doctors give you a pass and 2 doctors give you a fail. He has to be the tiebreaker. And maybe he just doesn't like the way you look. So he says, nope. He looks like he's going to go to a school and shoot that shit up, so nope. Now you've already purchased the gun, but now you have to wait an extra year before you can even actually fire the damn thing. So yeah, this can happen. Because, stronger gun rights keep guns out of the hands of misfits like that guy. But you guys want him free. So let's say he gets free. But now he has this thing where all your gun rights, they can't take your guns. I understand that. They do not have the right to take your guns. The fucking Constitution protects you from that. The Constitution protects you and your gun rights unless you are a convicted felon. And you can probably put subpoena or petition to get your gun rights back. However, the Constitution prevents you from getting your guns if you are a convicted felon. 50 states. However, depending on the states, sometimes if you commit a crime out here in California, you can still own your gun in Virginia. And in some states, you have to get a license for every state to bring your gun across county lines. Didn't know that, did you? Now you know, because guess what? I didn't know that shit either until I talked to my neighbor who has a license to carry his gun into another state, which the two states that he prominently visits, which is Virginia and Georgia. He has a license in Georgia, and he has a license in Virginia, because apparently the 50 states aren't smart enough to have universal gun license so that everybody can have their guns and carry them wherever the fuck they want. I don't know why they don't have that. You guys who own guns should be pitching that to the NRA, and the NRA should be pitching that to Congress and the Senate so that you guys can have a little bit more freedom with your weapons. But because of juvenile delinquents like Mr. Rittenhouse, like the people who have shot up schools like Columbine and Virginia Tech and all this other shit, they're going to start enforcing heavier gun laws. But you guys want this fucker free. So I want you to think about that while you're coming at me. Because what happens when him or someone like him, you know, young kids kill themselves with weapons all the time by ignorant parents who put the bullets in the gun and don't lock the damn gun safe, or put the bullets in the gun and don't lock the case, which the thing is, or they don't have the child-proof lock so that the kid can't put his hand in the trigger wall. Yeah, these things happen. Go Google it. It's an exponentiated rate on how many accidental deaths happen in the homes of people who own guns. But it happens. Why does it happen? Because the kid wasn't trained. You've had kids who their parents have trained that have accidentally killed their parents. But, you know, hey, what do I know? I'm nobody. I don't know shit. And y'all keep pointing that out. So, let me point out something for you. I ain't all that wrong. You know, not really. But if that's the way you want to see it, you know, what am I gonna do? I can cry about it. Yeah, that's not gonna change. That's not gonna change the facts. I can do a lot of things that could turn the tide on that, you know. But again, that's not going to change the fact that you know, he's gonna make it so you can't use your weapons. I've got nothing to do with that. And like I said, if you are a respectable firearms owner, I got nothing but love for you. And I hope that you don't have to go through these things. However, you want to free this jackass who very well may wind up costing you your rifle. But I'm sure you didn't see the flip side of that. You only see the side that you want to see. And you want to free this young kid because of the color of his skin. And that's fine. But just remember, there's two sides to every coin. And the side you're on ain't exactly the right side. But hey, I don't know anything. That being said, it is 1 a.m. and I am going to sleep. So I can get up in the morning, do some filming, do some more stuff, go get my cell phone battery to see if they can order me a new one, go get my leaf blower battery and see if they can order me a new one, and we're going to see how the day works out. That being said, I'm Echo Fang Wolf. This is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. Be blessed, be safe, be seen.